Good evening, students. I hope I'm audible. Kindly reply. I hope I'm audible to all of you. Okay, good. Thank you. So, I hope this is the class 11th batch. Okay. The basic purpose of this session is that we can go through a proper follow-up of whatever we have studied, and then we are able to understand what is. I'll just, since we have given the time of 4:30, so I'll wait for a few more minutes and then we'll begin. In the meantime, if you have certain queries, you can type in the chat, so I'll be replying to it, and then I'll just begin in 5 to 7 minutes more. If you have certain queries, you could just reply to me. Okay, for the syllabus, whatever we have studied, that's the syllabus. Means basically, we had studied, if I recall, we had studied the basic parts, basic things we had done. That's the basic concept of artificial intelligence, and then the introduction and the state of AI, natural language processing, and the potential use of AI that was done. Like if I will just say, we had discussed about AI. We had discussed AI and the benefits of AI that we had discussed, and then role of data and information evolution, this data convergence and all we had done. Then evolution of computing we had done, where we had discussed about the number systems, the logic gates that we had discussed. Then we had come up to decision making. We had done that part, and then if I say we did the Python part we had done, means the Python programming. So I'll just type it here. Basically, I'll just share my screen once. Okay. I hope you can see the screen. Yeah. So it will be first comes artificial intelligence. Then we have number two is applications and benefits of AI. Then it is data and information. Then we have evolution of computing. Then number five was decision making. Then number six was AI life cycle. Then we have introduction to Python. Then we did basic programming in Python. Then decision making programs. Then we did loops in Python, and then we had done this part. matrices and vectors, matrices and vectors, and then we did natural language processing, and AI concepts. Yeah. So 12 is AI concepts, and 13 is NLP, natural language processing. Okay. So this is the part of the syllabus which we will be which is a part of it. Okay. For the programming part, as I told, decision making and loop. So it will be covering basic programs. There will be programs from decision making. There will be programs from loops in Python. So that will be there. So this is it. Now talking about the basic parts. Yeah. Okay. So now when I'll have a just recap of whatever is there, and then again we will come back. So when we talk about the basic things or the basic concepts of artificial intelligence, when I say the initial part, that was the first thing which we had discussed. So that it covers the basic AI, that it includes what is artificial intelligence, then the types of AI when we talk about. So basically we talk about the various types of AI. That is narrow AI, that was there, narrow AI designed to perform tasks that are more specific. That is also known as weak AI. So like again, dedicated assigned task is there, limited number of particular applications will be there, predefined set of functions will be there. Then we talk about the general AI, that is also known as a strong AI. So all these different tasks capable of applying the retained information which can be used for further things. Then again, so that is again. So basically, when we talk about these different types of AI, again there are certain things which are not AI, like automated toy car, the automatic washing machines, the smart TV. So these are all, they are not AIs. Now, when we talk about artificial intelligence, the father of AI, that is John McCarthy, is considered as the father of AI. Okay, John McCarthy is considered as father of AI. Now, when we talk about the history of AI, we have already discussed the different generations. Means, if we talk about the first generation, 1956 till 1960s, that was the era when their expectations were there about AI, what will be there. Then again, when we talk about the next part, again, Alan Turing's computing machines, which came, that was again the Turing test. So slowly, and then different parts were there. And again, 1958, John McCarthy developed the first model, that was Lisp processing. That was the first concept, basically, when we talk about. So these are the various improvements and the various stages. So that history part, which we have discussed in the class, that you can go through, and you can discuss about different topics, different things which are related to AI, that you could go through. And then when we talk about the current era, when we talk about this. Uh, Alexa, then again different when we talk about the humanoid robots, and all these come in the current generation when we talk about. Then the OpenAI came, and then Gemini came. So these are the current stages in which the different AI developments have taken place. So that part again you can do from whatever notes we have done in the class, that you could refer to. Again, when we talk about the next part which comes, that is again, this is basically when we talk about this AI part, the applications and benefits of artificial intelligence. So here comes basically what are the basic advantages or the basic applications when we say this is the different types. When we say the entertainment, it could be used content optimization, automated content creation, and all other things. Photo management, face recognition, then chatbots. So basically, these are the various applications. Yeah, I'll come to the Python part as well. So this is the basic things when we talk about this AI part. Again, when we talk about the different media content, we can use it for education, we can use space exploration, it could be used. So these are the various applications, the various tasks which are used for artificial intelligence. Then again, after that, you will come up to the next thing, that is again how or what are the basically basic this applications when we say which fields which they are used. And then comes the important key is data. What is data? Data is basically the raw facts and figures which are used to perform various tasks. So that's the raw facts and figures, they are referred as data. So when we talk about data, data is structured data, right? Structured data organized in a proper format, rows and columns, it is organized. So structured data and unstructured data. Structured data, basically, when we talk about the organized information, the diverse structures for information, then the quantitative, qualitative. Structured data, we talk about quantitative, unstructured, qualitative. When we talk about structured data, it requires less storage, but unstructured data requires more storage. Structured data, it is not flexible, unstructured data is flexible. In structured data, the codes for databases are needed, but again, in unstructured data, videos, images, text, all these are there. Unstructured data, there is no predefined format, right? There is no predefined format, difficult to categorize directly. When we talk about semi-structured data, right? Semi-structured data, when we talk about, so the semi-structured data means basically when we say unstructured data, again, it the images, audio, videos, they are all the unstructured data. But again, when we talk about semi-structured data, like different files, XML documents, mails, so these come under that category. And again, when we talk about qualitative versus quantitative data, in qualitative data, it describes the qualities or the characteristics, like if I say color of a car, type of the fruit, these all comes under the qualitative. And quantitative, when we say in numbers, age, marks, these all come under the quantitative form, right? These all are the quantitative types of data. Now different data types, like again in healthcare, e-commerce, education, transportation, agriculture, in all other things. So all these data could be collected in different ways. It could be some sensors, it could be human, it could be machines, it could be online activities, different forms. Then you should understand the difference between data and information. Data is the unprocessed data, information is the processed data. This all also we have discussed the data cycle when we had discussed the problem identification, design, data acquisition, then exploring that data, analysis, and then again actionable analysis, and then comes the feedback part. So that is, so basic things, the data cycle you need to understand. What is data? What is information? What is structured data? What is unstructured data? What is data acquisition? What is data exploration? These things you need to understand. Next, when we talk about the next part, that is, we will be discussing about evolution of computing. Now, when we talk about evolution of computing, the binary logic system comes here, 1 and 0, right? 1 is binary high and 0 is binary low. That is what we are discussing, follow what I'm talking about, marking scheme, highest weightage, that part, programming will be of 30 marks. Okay. Now, when we talk about binary logic system, the binary logic system, that is at 0 and 1, the conversions will be there. Binary arithmetic, whatever we had discussed, means conversion from decimal to binary, binary to decimal, octal, hexadecimal, that part. And again, this binary arithmetic, binary addition, binary subtraction, multiplication, division, that will be there. So the different conversions which are there, that you need to do. Like the previous terms, which whichever we had done, we will be having this part. The MCQs will be there. There will be MCQs. Then again, there will be this part. Output based questions will be there, right? Output based questions from Python. So when we talk about these MCQs will be there, which will be containing all the theoretical aspect. Then there will be output based questions from Python, and then there will be programmings from Python. There will be six. Then there will be uh, basic few questions will be long answer questions will be there, that will be including the chapters, the two chapters which we just discussed. There will be questions from this AI concepts and natural language processing, which we did in the final term, that will be there. And again there will be programming based questions. So programming will be including your Python part as well, and the decision making and the loops will be there. So when we talk about this convergence, then the logic gates are there, basic gates, AND gate, OR gate, NOT gate. And then we have the combinational gates, means the universal gates, NAND and NOR gates. NAND is the complement of AND and NOR is the complement of OR gate. Then we have the exclusive gates, XOR and XNOR. So you need to understand the logic. Like AND gate, when we say AND gate gives a high output when all the inputs are high, right? AND gate gives a high output when all the inputs are high. Okay, I'll be sending it. I'll be sending few programming questions also, right? Once I complete the session, I'll be sending the programming questions also that you can practice. Sure. I'll just take a note of whatever things we are discussing. Again, the chapters and again, programming questions I'll be discussing, right? Okay, good. So now, again, when we talk about this part, let me show you. Yeah. So you can see this is the AND gate, this is the NOR gate, OR gate, this is the NOT gate. Then I have the NAND gate, NOR gate, XOR and XNOR. AND gate, it gives a high output when all the inputs are high. OR gate gives a high output if any of the inputs are high. NOT gate gives a high output. Sorry, NOT gate gives the complement of the input. NAND is the complement of AND gate. NOR is the complement of OR gate. XOR, it is a combination of all the three basic gates. It gives a high output when even number of inputs are high. XNOR gives a high output when odd number of inputs are high. So these are the combinational ways. Then we have the deterministic computing. Right here we have this deterministic computing. It refers to the systems that behave in a predictable manner. The output will always be the same, like a calculator. When you say 5 plus 2, always it will be 7. When we I'll talk about a logic circuit, whichever whenever we talk about the logic circuit, they will have a fixed set of outputs, right? So we have deterministic and a probabilistic. What will be the marks obtained? That will be depending again. So probabilistic computing, when we talk about, so it involves uncertainty, right? Involves uncertainty. It deals with the likelihood or probability of different outcomes instead of exact ones. So this is the probability of range, probability of a team winning a match. So this is the difference between deterministic, probabilistic computing. You could just see here. Output deterministic, always the same. Probabilistic, it may vary based on probability. Predictability, high predictable. Probabilistic, low predictable. Hello. Good evening, Manish sir. हाँ जी sir. Sir, may I talk to you? I'm in a live session. May I talk to you after around half an hour? Okay. Yeah. So I was talking about, we were talking about this deterministic and probabilistic computing. So you could just see it once. Anyone, if any doubts in any of the things, you could just let me know. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Okay. I have sent the syllabus. Yeah, sure. Okay, so this was I was talking about this deterministic and the probabilistic computer. So their advantages and disadvantages already we had discussed. Predictable and reliable, easier to test and debug, requires less computational power. Disadvantage: it's not good for uncertain or dynamic environments, limited flexibility. Probabilistic computing, when we talk about advantage and disadvantage, it handles the real world uncertainty well. It's more human like decisions, ideal for AI and data science tasks. Disadvantages, when we say it is less predictable, requires large data and complex calculation, and it is harder to test and explain. So this is about this part. Okay. So this was this part, and again, when we talk about the next session, next thing, I'll just come up again. I'm just bringing it to you. Yeah. So then we had discussed the next thing, which was there. That was the concept of decision making, where we talk about how machines and computers make decisions. We had talked about different logics are there, and based on the rule based approach, how the computer takes decision. So this rule based approach is there, the AI decision making, input collection is done, then data processing is done, then model application, then final the decision output is there. Okay, Yuraj, I'll be sending it, sure. Then cyber security and decision making, we had discussed what is the importance and how the cyber security. So the authenticity check is done, data encryption is done, access control is done. So all these things help us in decision making. So again, when we talk about artificial intelligence, decision making is a very important concern based upon which the decisions are taken. Right now, when we talk about further, when we talk about this AI part, so after this, again, this part comes again that basically when we talk about the AI project cycle. So AI project cycle, we have the problem solving, data acquisition, data exploration, modeling, and evaluation. These are the basic parts, right? Problem solving, data acquisition, data exploration, modeling, and evaluation. So basically, when we talk about data acquisition, so once we know the problem, we need data to solve it. So the data which is collected, that is the data acquisition. Data exploration means exploring that data. Then modeling, how to classify, how to use the different parts. Then confusion matrix, again, it's an important thing. Confusion matrix, how the data is being performed. So these parts are important when we talk about, so the accuracy of the data, accuracy of the data, precision of the data. So all these things are managed using this part. Then where we had this part, then again when we talk about programming part, so basically this decision making and the loops, right? The general part, general programming concept you had already just seen. Now when we talk about the decision making part, decision making in Python, if we say, so basically these programs involve how we take decision in a Python program, right? How we take decision in a Python program. So this is the logic when we say. So when we talk about decision making in Python, then this decision making part is used to understand the need, how it understands, how it uses the logic. So if else, if else, and nested. If we have a condition, there is a statement. So when we talk about statements, so when we say if number is, we take a number, if number is greater than zero, print positive number. So in this case, if it is a negative number, no output will be coming. If else, there is a condition and there are two statements. If the condition is true, it will give the first output. If the condition is false, then the second statement will be executed. Even or odd. If num modulus 2 is 0, it's even, otherwise it is odd. So in this way, what you get the information, you get an update of it. If else, if there are multiple conditions, if condition 1, there is a statement. If condition 2, there is another statement. If condition 3, there is another statement. Else, there is a final statement. So what happens that whenever we are using the logic, whenever we are using the if else, so we can check for multiple conditions. Like if I say I have a program in which I have to find out the grade, and based upon that, I will performing the task. Right? I will performing the task. Now, what happens in that case that we use the logic, right? I use the logic. I will accept the marks of the user. Once the marks is obtained, I'll use if m is greater than equal to 90, I will say grade equal to A, right? I'll say grade equal to A. Now, if m is greater than equal to 75 and m is less than 90, in that case, I'll be printing the grade B. So I can have multiple classes, and those multiple classes could be executed, multiple conditions, and last there will be the else. So if none of the cases, like if I say if marks greater than equal to 90, I'm printing grade A. Elif, then elif condition, then next elif third condition, elif fourth condition, and at last there is the else statement. So that is the way we are using it. Nested if else, when we talk about if there is a condition. Now you know this parenthesis part is there. Now here what we are doing, we are just, the bracket is not there, I'm just taking the next. So if condition 1, then the if condition 2, right? I again this. So what is happening, that age is 19 and citizenship is Indian. If age is greater than equal to 18, one condition is valid. If this is true, then this part is. So this indentation is very important. This indentation is very important when we talk about Python. So the indentation is very important because based on this indentation only it will be performed. Right. So that's the condition when we talk about. So this again, so this outer block and the inner block, they are important when we talk about the condition. This checks whether which one is valid, right? So this is for, again we can use this and, or, and not. Like you see, for a leap year, if year modulus 4 is 0 and year modulus 100 is not equal to 0, this is this. Or if year modulus 400 equals 0, then this will be printing a leap year or a not leap year. Largest of three numbers you see. If A greater than B and A greater than C, A is greatest. And if B greater than C, then B is greatest, else C is greatest. So that way we can see. So there can be, again, this one is important when we talk about the slab based programs, like this is for the electricity bill. If units is less than equal to 100, bill equal to units into 1.20. And if units is less than equal to 200, so for this we did 100 into 1.20 plus units minus 100 multiplied by 2. So first part, then the second part, and if again we are combining, so this we will be able to update it. So accordingly, we will be able to, like, see whichever statement is there, we can have it, right? So I'll be sharing this one so that you can get an output or a statement of this also that you can have for practice. So that was for decision making one. Okay, so the decision making programs, nested if the outer loop is true, right? If the outer loop is true, then it gets an entry into the inner loop, right? If the outer loop is true, then only it will get an entry into the inner loop. Otherwise the inner loop will not be executed. Okay, that one is there. Now we come up to the loops part. Now, when we talk about loops, as you know, that loops are used for performing a task repeated number of times, right? If you have to perform a task repeated number of times, for that purpose, we use the loop. Now, when we talk about the loop, we have this while loop is there, which will be using it, and for loop will be there. Okay, I'm just sharing the screen once. Okay, now when we talk about the for loop, for, like you see here the example, for I in range 1 comma 6, it begins from the first one and goes till one less than the second one. So for I in range 1 comma 6, print I. What it will do, it will print the values from 1 to 5. Again, while when you do not know the number of iterations, while I is less than equal to 5, print I, and then to update I plus equal to 1. So we can use either the for loop or the while loop, right? Break statement, what it does, break statement exits the loop immediately and continue halts it for a particular iteration. Now, like if I say for I have to print from numbers from 1 to 10, for I in range 1 comma 11, I did print I, right? For I in range 1 comma 11, print I. For example, the first even numbers, what I did, for I in range 2 comma 21 comma 2 means it is giving us space of 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, like it will print. Here you see some of the first 10 natural numbers. For I in range 1 comma 11, sum plus equal to I. So we can use it. Now, for example, you see factorial of a number. For I in range I comma n plus 1. fact into equal to I. Factorial is the product of all numbers starting from 1 till that number. So within the loop, it will multiply. So this way you can perform it. Like you see, for I means to check for the palindrome number. We accept the number, we take reverse as 0. While temp is greater than 0, reverse equal to reverse into 10 plus temp modulus 10. I got the digit, and then temp equal to temp divided by 10. So if the reverse is equal to the original number, it is a palindrome. Now, someone was asking about a nested loop. You see here, the question is write a program to print all prime numbers between 1 and 50. Now, the outer loop begins from 2 till 51, right? 2 till 51. For I in range 2 comma num, it goes till 1 less than that number. If num modulus I is 0, then it applies a break. So if it is not getting a break, else print num. So what is happening here, that if it does not get a factor, then it is coming out and printing the number. Okay. So this way we can get the part. Okay. And this one is there. Now you see this pattern. For I in range 1 comma 6, I have not used nesting here. Display the asterisk into I as many times, or I can use for j in range 1 comma I plus 1, print asterisk, that will also do. Okay. Now you see here 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. I input n. For I in range 1 comma n plus 1, print I to the power 2. 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, like this it does. Okay. See, 1 plus 2, we can get the sum of number. Continue and break already I involved made you understand. So this way you can get this part. Okay. So this is about loops. Okay. 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 Next we talk about the next chapter, which is basically machine learning. Machine learning we had already done. What is machine learning? It is a subfield of artificial intelligence where machines learn from data instead of being manually programmed with rules. Right? Machines learn from data instead of being manually programmed with rules. How machine learning works? So when we talk about machine learning, they predict new examples. Machine learning works like when we say it learns from the practical examples, it learns from the real life examples. The things like how it understands how the rules and the data, it follows the rules and then based upon the rules. So when we talk about this machine learning part, so the different concepts it uses based on the supervised learning. When we say in supervised learning, the data set contains input and corresponding correct outputs. So that is means we tell or we teach. There is one unsupervised learning. What happens in that, there is no labels, the computer understands. Like if I say we give 1000 photos without labels, the computers can automatically group them into cars, flowers and animals. So again, users, again, it could be used for customer segregation, the grouping news articles. Reinforcement learning, it works on the trial and error. Means machine does something and then we perform or then we reply it. So that could be like training a robot to walk. So it could be again. Then the next thing comes deep learning. What is deep learning? Deep learning is a special type of machine learning that uses neural networks with many layers called deep networks. So this follow the special complex pattern. Like for example, when you say there are different layers and based upon that it understands. So deep learning is important because it learns automatically, works with huge data sets and outperforms the traditional ML. So like face unlock, Google Translate, self-driving cars, medical scanning, chat GPT, LLMs, they're all important. Then comes the image recognition. Image recognition, what happens? The image is broken into pixels and each pixel is converted to numbers. So deep learning analyzes shapes, edges, and textures. The model compares with the learned patterns and the output is generated. So this real world application like face unlock, medical imaging, traffic monitoring, details, robotics, all these are examples. Then again, the speech recognition is there. Then information retrieval like the search engines. Search engines work on that concept only. So these are certain practical applications when we talk about the different patterns. Okay? Then when we talk about the next thing, which is again the last topic which we had discussed in our sessions, that was this natural language processing, NLP. So when we talk about NLP, that we need to understand the difference between human language and computer language. So human language, whatever we speak, like the humans speak, it's ambiguous and context dependent. It can change with culture, emotion, and tone. But again, when we talk about computer language, it is used by the machines. It is structured and unambiguous. It follows the strict syntax rule. Example like if I give a condition, so it will follow the condition. So human language is flexible, but computer language is rigid. Human language can be ambiguous, but again, computer language is not ambiguous. So NLP, basically NLP is a field of artificial intelligence that enables computers to understand, interpret, and generate human language in both written and spoken form. So that's the natural language processing. Means it makes the computers understand and interpret the human language. So NLP is basically needed, like we as humans prefer talking and writing. But NLP allows machines to answer questions, translate language, understand the text. So these are all things like Google search, voice assistants, chatbots, the Google translates. Face recognition, again, I say that the ability of the computer to understand the face, understand and detect the face. Okay, it's not the face record that not your biometric one. Okay, yeah. So when we talk about NLP, so that part is there: Google search, voice assistants, chatbots, Google Translate, the spam filters. So when we talk about the NLP, the basic steps are text or speech input. That is again broken. The text is broken into words. Syntax is analyzed, the grammar things, semantic analysis, then the context analysis, and then the response generation. So when we talk about text generation, like writing emails, generating articles, writing essays, chat GPT responses, auto reply emails. So these are all the applications. So artificial intelligence is generated output or transforming the industries by enabling machines to learn and make decisions. So it understands the meaning and intent behind the text. And when we talk about the task involved in text understanding, the sentiment analysis, topic classification, keyword classification, detecting the intents, these are all based on this part. So basically, when we talk about this AI translation, so that is an important form. Again, when we talk about the chatbots, what is chatbot? A chatbot is an AI program designed to simulate conversation with humans using NLP. So this type of chatbots, we have the rule-based chatbots and the AI-based chatbots. So these are used there. So these applications, again, the smart assistant, when we talk about the smart assistants are advanced NLP systems that perform and understand to the response. So these all could be used. So this we had done. You can go through the chapter, the content which we had done. And again, as I told, for the pattern of the question, we'll be having like you'll be having the MCQ questions, MCQ, and again the output-based questions from Python will be there. Then there will be long answer questions from the chapters which we discussed, and then we will be having programming questions. Programming questions, again there will be optional options in the program, so you'll be using those options to use that part. Okay. On a serious note, if you have some queries, you can let me know. I'll be responding. Output based questions, for example, if I give a syntax of a Python code and you will be asked to write the output of it. Yes, what? Matrix operation, you can leave it this time. We had done that matrix operation the second term, no? So that's why. And just to inform you all, like the AI unlocked, which we had unlocked last week, that will be there so that you can refer to after examinations. And class 11th we did without the book, but for class 12th, you'll be getting the book when you join the classes. In class 12, you will be getting the book, and that will be helpful to all of you. We'll be making our curriculum and our learning methodology next year for class 12, because that will be the first batch. We have nothing with us previous records, so we'll be making it more comfortable and more compactful. So we will be connecting, like this time we missed a certain few sessions as well. So what we'll do from the next year, in the next class 12, we'll be having certain continuous batches and sessions that will be there. Yeah, programming matrix will not be there. Any other doubt? Okay. Okay, I'll be sending it in Qt Prince. I'll be sending it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So programming questions also. Okay, I'll be sending it the programming questions in Qt Brains. Write the truth table, or the variable description table. What is truth table? You might be asked the logic gates. You can be asked to write the truth tables. Just a second. If some of you want to take this, you can just. You can take a screenshot of this. This is from decision making. You can take a screenshot of this programs. Is it seen? Okay, I hope this has been done. Okay, right. Next, okay, next I'm sharing the loops one. Okay, this one is for loops. You can take a screenshot of this as well. Yeah, I hope you must have got it. Okay, so this is done. Now, if I say, Like if I'm just sharing, okay. Okay. Like if I say this one, x equal to 10, if x greater than 5, print A, else print B. Now what will be the output of this? Yes, what will be the output of this? Yeah. No, x greater than 5. The condition is false, no? Condition is false, so it should print, yeah. It will print A because it is true. Oh, sorry, condition is true. If x greater than 5, the condition is true, so it will print A. Yes, yes, good. Okay, now again, if I say you give you more questions. Yes, you see this, x equal to 8 if x greater than 10 high, L if x greater than 5 medium, else low. Now, what will be the option here? 10, sorry, high, medium, or low. What will be the output? High, medium, or low. What should be the output here? Yes, good, medium. Now, next you see, for I in range 1, comma 6, comma 2, print I. What should be the output? It will be 1, 3, 5. Very good. Now, if you see this question, again I have given I equal to 5, while I greater than 0, print I, and then I minus equal to 2. What should be the output here? This one, it will be 5, 3, 1. Yes, very good, very good. So, this is about the output based questions. Any other doubt? See, when I say you told for I in range 1, comma 6, comma 2, there are three integers. It will begin from the first one, go till one less than the second one by updating, right? So it will update by increasing 2. So 1, it is not less, then again plus 2, 3, then again plus 2, 5. Next time it becomes plus 2, it is 7. So it is not in that range. So that's why. Is it clear? Anyone else has some doubt, you let me know, else we'll end the class session. 1 to 6 is the range, and 2, yes, exactly, exactly. It's the update value. Any other doubt, let me know. Okay, so if any doubt, you may contact me. You can share your doubts. I'll be just happy to respond to you. And then what we will do, no, once you all complete your exams, and then again, so we can have some follow up. I would like to have certain few sessions with you all, so that one, four. No, that is not a proper range, you know. The last was that we began from 5, then it has to go till 1 by updating by -2. That was it. It was for while I greater than 0, print I minus equal to 2. So it was going 5, it started from 5, and again it was going till 1 by updating by -2. Right? Okay, so thank you and all the best to all of you. See you all tomorrow during the exam and do well. And see you all again in class 12 with a happy note. Any doubts or queries, you may call me. You can discuss your queries with me. Fine. And for the class 12, we will have some systematic so that we are all connected to each other and we will be doing well in the next year. Okay. Any doubts? I'm there. So if you could just ask, otherwise I'll end the stream and you can personally get back to me. Fine. Thank you. And all the best to all of you. Thank you.